Buddy, it's your boy Kiki Mother Foop, and I have a live, or I mean a post commentary for you because for some reason my audio didn't record while I was recording this game. So, anyways, here we go. My first opponent is I choke 90%, and I wanted to go Super Monkey Lane as you saw, but fortunately, he skipped. So then we ended up going on offside, and here I am picking Ninja NG. Um, because it's meta on offside to play Ninja NG, and I was in Moab pit and I was not willing to lose, so I just decided to go try hard with it. So I started out with my farm, and oh yeah, this is free powers by the way. So um, this is usually my power loadout that I take with me. The improved tower boost, lightning, and improved eco boost. So he started out here sending some spaced eco. I'm not really worried. I already got my more bananas up. He's going tack. Um, so I'm still not worried. Because Ninja NG is by far the best strategy on this map. So I got my sentry gun up in preparation in case he decides to send some pinks next round around 4, spaced pinks, which he does, I believe. And he gets the faster shooting up on his tack shooter early. So I don't really have to send him anything. And he uses that super eco boost early as well. It's round 4 and he already used it. So that's one thing out of the way. Because as long as I use my improved eco boosts later than him, I should overall get more money from boosts. So that's a good thing. He's sending hella pinks and he's making me leak, so I decided to just use lightning. Those lightnings are just for early rounds anyways, so I really have no problem wasting them early rounds, especially with Ninja Farm NG, because you really have to focus on your farms early game with Ninja Farm NG, because it's very easy to be intimidated by spaced eco, like Spaced Blacks for example, that he's sending me right now, and like be forced to upgrade a little too much at detriment of your farms. So I was willing to leak a lot here before I use the lightning, just so that I can really uh, force him to spend a lot of money before I use the lightnings to actually make it worth it. And I have not used an improved eco boost yet, and he's already used 2 of his super eco boosts, so we're definitely going to have an eco advantage by the end of this game. So I have 2 plantations up round 7. That's pretty good. So I'm getting my bloom trap ready, of course. And there's my first improved eco boost. He sends a huge yellow rush. I think at the time I was thinking I would just rather boost it instead of using my last lightning, which I did. And I believe he re-rushes me and I just get up defense because now I have more money saved up. So I really had nothing to worry about. I should have rushed him, to be honest. That would have been a move, but I didn't. But I did win this game, I believe, so I didn't make that many mistakes. So we laid down pretty low. But our farms are looking good and we already got our bloom trap up. And yeah, things are just looking pretty good for us. So by this point I realize he's going Wiz Tack. So my thought is to send a huge camel rush. Or not huge, just a big camel rush around 12. Force him to sell both of his tack shooters and get a dragon's breath up. Just in case he sent me a camel rush, I got my ninja down there at the bottom. So here I am. I think I go for a zebra. Yep, camel zebra. I sent like 4 sets. And he glue storms. Wow. and then he gets his wizard up, his dragon's breath, I mean, and he goes for his BIA. I was kind of scared, but I do believe he messed it up. He didn't actually get the 80 eco from starting a new round, so I was kind of relieved about that. But I was then feeling kind of pressured to keep my farms up. So, but I think I did pretty well. And here I am getting a second cleansing foam. As you can see, I actually messed it up. I placed it too high up for the cleansing foam to actually hit the track. So I had to sell and rebuy. And I did that in case of Camel Leads, which he did end up sending. So I got my flash bomber up. Um, I was scared of leaking, but I think we did all right. Yeah. Oof, I leaked down to 12, but we're Gucci, you know. As long as we have one life, we're good. Um, I don't remember if I rushed him yet. I probably did, but anyways, I went for my Republic here just to try and keep up, keep him farms, don't give him too much of a lead. So I see him sending greens here, so that's probably because he's gonna send another rush after. And my cleansing foams put in work right there. No camel legs got through, but I did upgrade a second ninja just so that I didn't leak like too much and it ended up dying. You know, 'cause that's the last thing we want. And that's kind of how you have to play when you have that's kind of how you have to play when you have low life or low lives. You gotta play really carefully, make sure you don't die to any like random rush. So I got my factory up, and I think I did get the valuable bananas. I was actually anticipating Moab, so I got a Boom Jitsu up, and one Jitsu and a bomber can really take all that. But it looks like stuff was really piling up, and the balloon trap couldn't keep up, even though I was collecting it. So I had to boost, but I'm okay with that because now I actually have a farm lead. Like, yeah, he has an eco lead, but my farm lead is better. And I was anticipating him sending a BFB, so as you see, I kind of did a quick Sabo ability, and I got it. And now that BFB that he sent is permanently half speed, permanently, including the Moabs that come out of it. So since I have a lot of money from my bloom traps piling up, I ended up getting another bloom trap, and I just started Jitsu spamming. I think I only needed 2 or 3 for this. Oh, and he sends Moabs behind that, which at the time I did not agree with, because I could easily just get 4 jutsus up and boost, and that's pretty much a wrap for his huge rush. He just wasted a whole bunch of money. I'm pretty sure he just like sold his BIA or something and sent that rush instead of putting into his farms, which is not the right move. So I did have to get a Sabo down actually, and my last boost, but it was pretty a big rush, and he was trying to get me to sell my factory, which if he did, I would have lost the game. So just spending a lot of money and boosting it is way more worth it than than selling the factory, because you lose so much money from selling the factory that you effectively lost the game and lost your money lead. So what I did was counter with like a whole bunch of VFBs, and I know for attack whiz that's particularly hard to defend. So I forced him to counter, but he countered with the ZOMG, which is not the move because ZOMG is so slow that um, by the time the ZOMG reaches the end of my track, he would already be dead. And as you can see, this is about to happen, and I believe I actually defend this. I think. Oh no, he ends up dying. He ends up dying before I end up dying. So that's pretty much a GG for this game. I see him send some camel lead, so I get a flash bomber up real quick at the end. And at first I thought he DC glitched me because like he wasn't dying, but then I realized he just disconnected. So yeah. So yeah, boys. Ninja NG on the offside, along with DFA, Dark Farm Ace, 100% the meta strats. don't know why he went tack. Maybe he was just feeling tack, but maybe he just felt like playing tack Wiz. But yeah, as you can see, the money from my balloon traps just allowed me to get so much more money and eventually play in farms near the end. So yeah. And our next game with was with Hamzu. He seems pretty decent. He has that emblem. I forget which emblem that is. And he also has more medallions than us, so and a lot more experience. You can see he has a lot of wins. So I skipped shapes because I freaking hate shapes. And then he goes on racetrack, and I was gonna feel like playing eco, so I ended up going sub glue ninja, I believe, which is pretty good. And my same power loadout, and we got chipper fourth, which I wanted to use, but I never actually ended up using it, unfortunately. So, and the only use a fourth in this mode because it's free power ups. So the power ups are already kind of like it's basically like having three fourth towers, because the powers get so crazy once you get to fourth tier. But but yeah. So I started with my sub, of course, and on round two we're gonna start equaling and getting my air burst at 36 seconds. He's going Cobra, so I was kind of worried because the reactor spot on this map is okay. It's not like really, really good like Snowfall or like Concrete Alley, like those maps, but it's pretty darn good. So I forced a glue storm here just from sending reds. So that's pretty good out the gate. He's going Cobra Tack, probably Mortar. That's a very common strategy. Very common strategy to go. And our eco is looking pretty decent for round four. We're just above 300, and we're going to be using those improved eco boosts too to get our eco just really high up before round 13 so he can't like allot us or something like that. I was worried about blues, but blues being sent on my side for him. Because usually that overwhelms the burst dart, but since the this map is like pretty long, we really didn't have anything to worry about. And plus I have lightning power, so in case he decided to send me a huge rush or something like that, I could just use the lightning. Or I mean, in case my air burst darts get overwhelmed, I could just use lightning, which I believe I end up doing this next round because I really wanted to greed for this eco early game so I don't die to some random rush in mid rounds like round 13. So I just kind of let the greens push on really far through before I reveal my lightning. And I'm about to use lightning in a second. There we go. And then I probably get a double shot, I think, just so that in case he keeps sending, I'll actually be able to defend. So I stop at 600 eco, and there goes the ninja. And he's chilling, but with two cobras though. He's really been focusing on eco, not really his cobra farms, but I think he does end up catching up a little bit later. So as expected, he does do another green rush, grouped green rush. So I get my double shot here, just so that it cleans up those balloons near the end, so I don't leak too much. And in round 8, um, I think I start trying to get up my reactor, and he starts getting up his Cobra farms. So we're just kind of focusing on our own sides. I think I sell the airburst dart to get that reactor, just in case he sends like a crap ton of yellows or something like that. Just to be prepared. Um, and then for me, I'm pretty much good to just keep on equaling on from here because the reactor spot's pretty good, so it'll like defend everything up to grouped zebras, I believe. Because if you send regen zebras, they will get through. Oh, and I can't believe my eyes. These spaced whites are getting through. Like I said, the reactor spot's okay, but it's not good. So, but my reactor in a double shot is gonna be able to handle just fine. He has like 8 Cobras. I mean, that's pretty good. It's around 12. So he already got the signal flare up on his mortar to detect camos, and I have the reactor which takes off camos off balloons. So I really don't have nothing to worry about. I haven't used my last eco boost yet. I probably will here in a second. I don't know, but I end up getting a glue down. Yeah, there goes my last improved eco boost. So his Cobra farm just grew like crazy within the last like 30 seconds, which of course is scary because he might start adjusting me any second, which I think he does, maybe around 16 or something like that. But I get that corrosive glue in our reactor so that when the reactor takes off the camo from the adjustments, my glue will be able to spray them down and just sort of clean up near the end so that I don't leak. And for me, I'm just egoing, and I haven't used all of my lightnings yet, so I also have something to fall back on in case the adjustment gets a little too crazy. And yeah, I really have nothing to worry about. I can just keep ecoing. His Cobra farm is growing, of course, and he's actually starting to adjust me. So now I'm starting to worry. So I believe I stop ecoing from here to just save up for Bloomjitsu. And I start using lightnings as well because those ceramics start coming out very dangerous. And I think I use all my lightnings. Yep, I do. And the Bloomjitsu does good for now, and the reactor also puts in some work. But I pretty much can't spend any more money on eco. I have to keep getting up defense because the adjustment is starting to get really nuts. And that's exactly what I do. I do have a lot of eco, so I shouldn't have to worry about much for now. But round 18 does get pretty crazy with the AI, so I might have to boost here. And I think that's what I do. Yeah, I think I boost here because that's getting crazy. Yeah. And that was definitely the right move. Now I have 3 Jitsus, so I mean, the Jitsus are going to put in some work, but the adjustment's just going to keep getting crazier as he. And it looks like I might die here. Yeah. Yep. That's a GG. What I should have done, probably just. I should have started saving up money maybe at 1,000 eco and not eco so much like I did. So I would have like more Jitsus by then to actually defend all the adjusted A. But that was a good game nonetheless. And now we have Goat Leo 123. He seems like a pretty good guy too. We end up playing on interchange. I'm not very good on interchange. I usually play Dart Wiz, and I think that's what I ended up playing here actually. Dart Wiz Farm, I mean, and of course the same power combination because I don't have those tier tier 4 powers. And I got attack fourth. I thought I was gonna end up using it, but I didn't. Um, but yeah, here we go. Well, just in case he had salted wounds or something, I put my dart down first to just sort of get rid of those reds in the beginning. And I think he did end up having salted wounds, actually, if I'm not mistaken, which is funny. And that's why in free power ups you just kind of have to play safe because you don't know what kind of powers your opponents could have. He could have some like crazy like budget balloons jam packed team tower stun or like quick shot cripple or something like that. So you really have to be apprehensive. So I get my triple dart early, of course, and I get my farm. I believe I got my farm up to the more bananas. He sends me hard eyes. I don't know why. So I tell him hi. And he's going Cobra as well. So at this point, I'm thinking like, man, Cobra is like um, really starting to appear more, at least in my personal experience and when I watch other balloons YouTubers. And there he goes with the salted wound. So I just use the lightning bolt straight out the gate because I really don't want to leak to salted wounds because that would just give him a huge advantage. If you don't know what salted wounds is, wow, and he has knockout too. So I was basically forced to use another lightning because its salted wounds was still active at that point. It lasts for like 10 or 15 seconds, I believe. Too long. Lasts for too long. But what salted wounds actually does is that when they use it and you leak a life, for each life they get 10 eco plus to 100, or I mean up to 100 eco. So say he was at 300 eco and he gets a full salted off of me, he'll go all the way up to 400. And you know, that's pretty much a huge disadvantage for me if I let him get that. And he sent a whole bunch of greens here and used salted wounds again. So I basically just had to use all my lightnings um, just for that. I actually end up getting a wizard lightning bolt here, selling one of my darts. He knocks it out, and I have to sell it again, unfortunately, to get the lightning back up. And we did leak a lot, but I'm really not worried at this point because now I know all of his powers. He got salted wounds, knockout. Oh, I only know two of his powers, but like, I, and then he uses lightning. So now I know all of his powers. So I really don't have anything to worry about. I just got to make sure that I don't die to some crazy adjustments like in the last game, and just make sure I keep my farms up. Keep my farms up strong, so that in case the adjustment does get crazy, I can just sell farms to get a defense, so that I don't die. So it's round 12. I've used all my eco boosts and my lightnings. I still have my improved tower boost, and he's going tack, or I mean he's going Cobra mortar and probably tack. I'm not sure if he showed the tack already. Maybe he did, but again, super common strategy. Along with mine, mine is also a really common strategy, very common strategy, and versatile strategy. You can play it on a lot of maps. Um, but yeah. So his Cobra farm's growing. He has a hella Cobras. And I'm thinking in my mind he's probably gonna start adjusting me soon, around 16 probably, to stop me from farming too much, which would be a good move on his part. Around 15, we both send each other regen leads. I just have to get two wizard lightning bolts up in order to defend. He uses assaulted wounds, but I'm pretty good with. Oh, but he sent a camo. He snuck a camo ceramic and actually ended up getting a full salted wounds off me. But at this point, I'm not super worried because now I have my Republic farm up, and my eco's way better than his. At least I think so because I think I sent more balloons and I have the improved eco boost, so that really helped with that. So there he goes, starting to adjust me. So I just get two Dragon's Breath up because in my mind, I'm not trying to die like I did last game to crazy adjustments because I just didn't invest much into my defense early enough. So, and I think that's what I end up doing here. I end up selling a farm probably to get a Dragon's Breath up. Oh no, I just saved some money. But I sent him a Moab hopefully to get him to sell Cobras, and that's exactly what he did. So it kind of eases off the adjustment off of me. Makes it a little more easy to defend. And while you're getting adjusted by Cobras, you have to remember, if you just let the adjustment go on, the rounds are going to keep getting worse, worse, and worse, and you're eventually going to have to sell all your farms and you will die. Or hopefully you can outlast your opponent who's playing Cobra because their defenses aren't that good and like maybe they die or something, right? Um, so My thought process was I gotta basically immediately send this BFB as soon as possible. I actually sell a farm, get a Dragon's Breath up and boost because the round 20 AI was kind of giving me trouble. Um, and the point of the BFB was to get again to sell more Cobras and ease off the adjustment. And I believe he ends up going down to the BFB because he didn't like his micro wasn't good enough or something like that. And yep, I ended up winning. And yeah, I think that's the end of the video. Tell me what you think about the post commentary. I wish I could do the live commentary, but video glitch or something. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you very much.